Federer 2 points away from the match.
No way!
Oh. This may well be the best shot you will ever see.
And this is to bring up match point to get in the finals of the US Open. That is something you would see out on the practice court, and for once, Federer is impressed.
Well, the stadium's impressed. It's a standing ovation from a full house.
Love 40.
Triple match point.
Well, those last 2 points, that's a highlight reel, isn't it?
Absolutely sensational way to finish for Roger Federer. The world #1 and 5-time defending champion is into his 6th final here at the US Open, and he'll take on Juan Martín del Potro. And you can tell, Wally Masua, that the man is happy about the way he finished.
Yeah, well, who wouldn't be? That was just sensational. The whole crowd, 24,000 people, were on their feet. Haven't seen a shot like that on the center court here, and given the moment, made it even more extraordinary. Djokovic battled well, obviously against a very tough opponent and tough conditions. Took a few chances, but just didn't seem to have that gear to go to right at the end of the match and the end of the sets that Federer did.
Well, let's hear now from Roger Federer.
Okay, Roger, we got to talk about the shot. Where do you come up with a shot like that?
Look, I was in a difficult position. I had nothing to lose, I guess. But
I mean, do you ever practice that?
I do. We do a lot, actually, but they never work.
Unbelievable. Check it out. Pretty big moment in the match to pull it off, too.
Well, that's why I guess it was the greatest shot I ever hit in my life. So it was... it was...
Here it is.
That's unbelievable.
All right, you're going for... Oh, and on match point, it wasn't too bad, but that's nothing compared to the other one.
Yeah, that one doesn't count, so... No, but it was an unbelievable match. I had a lot of fun again today, and the end was obviously fantastic with some great shots, but I think Novak had a great tournament himself, so it was great for me to come through, though, because he was tough.
All right, let's look ahead to tomorrow. Juan Martín del Potro in the final. Your 6th different opponent in the finals of the US Open. You're going for 6 in a row. Thoughts on that match?
I think he played wonderful today against Rafa. Against Rafa, you always need a good performance to come through, and I think he's proved that he's a Grand Slam contender. I mean, he's not in the final for nothing, and I'm looking forward to play against him. I had a tough 5-set match against him at the French Open in the semis, so it's nice to see him go through to the final, and I hope we can play a good match.
All right, well...
OK, well, from the list of things he can't do, we can now eliminate a between-your-legs shot to bring up match point in a Grand Slam semi-final. That's Roger Federer. Now into his 6th US Open final. He has the chance to equal Big Bill Tilden, who did it at the beginning of last century, but no one has done it in the Open era. Kieran Pratt, I mean, before we go back to the shot, the man just has a way of escalating his level of play to suit the occasion. He wasn't going so flash in the first set, was he?
No, but he just came up with better and better tennis as he was required to. That's the thing. Roger has that ability to slip up to the next gear, which Novak didn't have today.
Somewhere in him, there's a dial, isn't there? You know, you need 3 out of 10, it's 3. You need 11, he'll find that.
That's right, but it's an automatic dial that he's able to... It just happens for him. It all just flows, and flow is the thing in tennis that helps you play well, and he just has that natural ability to do that.
Service percentages, again, early in the match were lousy. Then in the final set, when he wanted to close it out, knowing, of course, that the previous semi-final was in straight sets and he needs as much rest as he can get, up it goes.
That's right, and that is what makes him such a sublime player, his abilities to do that. And just watching him, Novak was in awe at the end as well. He couldn't believe what Roger came up with to seal that match, so he certainly has some momentum.
Well, I always loved the line Fred Stoller used to use. He used to say that that between the leg shot, people should take it home and put it in the closet. I wonder what Fred's thinking now, having seen this. Now, the ball is, what, 7 centimetres off the ground when he hits it so late?
Oh, he just left it to the last moment, and the timing was absolutely perfect on that shot. He said he practices it all the time, but it never works. Fancy pulling it off there?
Well, as Wally said, it takes a lot for Roger Federer to impress Roger Federer, but clearly that did. You know.
He was impressed. He was just like, yes, thank you, it's worked on this big stage.
Well, he hits, I guess, the match point shot too. Was brilliant. I mean, he's slugging them out of Arthur Ashe Stadium now. Ecstatic, of course, at going through to the chance to equal history, if not make it in the Open era. He loves this, doesn't he, Karen? He is very much at home in this court. This is his, as well as Wimbledon. He owns this one too, doesn't he?
He does, and he looks very relaxed, very happy, and, well, he might be with what's going on with the way he's playing on the court, but you've got to be happy in yourself to go out there and play that sort of game, and I think he is just a very, very happy, relaxed man, and he loves making history, and he wants to do it.
Twin daughters this year, could well be triple Grand Slams. In front of him, of course, stands Juan Martín del Potro, who had a straight set win over Rafael Nadal earlier today. This was what you would call a tennis mugging. It was the annihilation of the previous alpha male of the game. I watched this, I could barely believe it. Now, whatever you say about Rafael Nadal's physical condition, Karen, he was just blasted off the court.
Oh, he was dominated. And I think you're right about the alpha male thing. Look at the positioning of Del Potro in the court. He took control of the baseline. He served out of a mountain. He's 6'6", and he bludgeons the ball both in the air and off both sides.
Yeah, he shadowed Arthur Ashe like a Manhattan skyscraper. I reckon he could almost see out of Arthur Ashe Stadium. He's that big. And just his power. He was serving at 200 and something kilometres an hour, and I mean that serve there was down the middle, but a lot of them were out wide and a lot of them were virtually impossible to play.
And let's not forget, he's beaten Nadal twice coming into this event. He's beaten him twice this year, so he had a lot of confidence coming into this match as well. And with the tennis that he's played already to get to this stage, he knew he could do it today.
Look at that. What was he? 2-3 metres behind the baseline, Nadal at the net, and almost threw the racket away after he hit the ball.
Well, shades of Roger. Nothing was impossible for him today. He really was seeing the ball beautifully. He's moving well. For a big man, he moves exceptionally well.
Do you think
he's dominating Nadal? He's making him look ordinary, pinning him back behind the baseline to win.
This match was almost as though he knew he had Rafael's bottle.
I think he did. I think he was so confident going into it, he knew he could do it.
Yeah,
and I think Nadal knew too.
Yeah, 2-2-2. There's the score. He's going to take a beating. That one we're showing from 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. It should be a titanic struggle. Federer for his 6th title, Juan Martín del Potro, I guess, to assume the mantle that he probably